Tom Clancy Splinter Cell is an action stealth game and was the first in currently 6 games. It was made in Unreal Engine 2.0 and released on the Xbox on November 17, 2002, and later came out on Windows, Mac, PS2, and GameCube. You are Sam Fisher. It is your job to progress through each level, attracting as little attention as possible using a variety of weapons and gadgets at your disposal. The story begins in April 2004. The president of Georgia was assassinated, allowing Georgian billionaire Kobain Nikolats to seize power. In August 2004, a former U.S. Navy SEAL, Sam Fisher, is recruited by the NSA to work in their new division, 3rd Echelon. In October 2004, 2 CIA agents went missing, and Fisher is dispatched to investigate. Now let's go back in time and see if the game holds up today. Let's go over some of the issues I had with the game first. The aiming in this game isn't terrible, but it could have used a lot of improvement. I can be aiming at a person with the entire reticule on their head at close range, fire, and it will almost always miss. And trying to hit a light bulb is a complete nightmare. I was constantly wasting ammo trying to hit my target, and this problem lasted throughout the entire game. I never got the hang of it. Shooting does work, just be aware that it is not perfect. The AI is pretty typical of a stealth game. If there are 2 enemies on patrol and one of their partners disappears, they won't think anything of it. If you've played a stealth game, then you know exactly what I'm talking about. However, that's not the problem I had with the AI. The problem that I had can occur when you take out an enemy from stealth with a gun. If there is another AI anywhere around him, even if he's in the next room and close by, they will immediately run to the room you are in and know exactly where you are and open fire. It has led to a lot of deaths, and it is extremely frustrating. The game tried to be very creative with different types of wall jumps, and while it was a nice thing to try to do, the implementation was done poorly. I rarely found times where these wall jumps were ever even used, and when they were, trying to get them to land where you wanted was near impossible. The last mission, you have to perform several of these, and if you mess up once, you fall straight to your death and have to reload the entire checkpoint. I did eventually make it, but with a lot of luck. It's a nice addition, but it needed some tightening up. While this isn't a huge deal, I was a bit let down by the limited choices you had when progressing through each level. It seemed too linear and had little options to attack the situation in your own way. I don't really have a problem with it, but it would have been nice to have some more options. Due to the problem I had with the AI knowing my exact position, I was constantly being shot at when I should have been hidden. And because of that, I was always in need of a health pack, but they come in short supply. I think there are about 3 or less in most levels, and on top of that, they can be easy to miss if you aren't careful, and when they heal around 10%, it makes for some very intense and irritating moments where you are almost dead but have to take out multiple enemies. They should have added more health packs, or just make them give you more HP per use. I understand why they did it, because you're supposed to be sneaky and not get shot, and that encourages you to try harder. However, because of the way the AI works, it makes it difficult. Not all of those are too big of a deal, but some really made it annoying in certain parts and hindered my progress, but I did eventually make it through. Even though I had some problems, there were still a lot of redeeming factors. This is a stealth game, so its stealth factor better be good, right? Well, it is. However, the stealth is pretty typical. Hide in darkness and you're golden. Being able to tell how hidden you are with the bar on your HUD is a huge plus. It takes the guessing out of the equation. The darkness is very well done, making use of your night vision and thermal goggles constantly. Being able to watch and decide when to strike is always gratifying. Every level seemed to change up the scenery completely. I never felt like I was playing in the same area twice. Just some of the environments include an oil rig, the CIA headquarters, and a Chinese embassy. Voice acting in this game is superb. Each character and their accompanying voice actor is done excellent, leading to some very lifelike situations. The graphics in this game were great when they came out in 2002, and still hold up today. The buildings, the characters, and everything else looks well done, some of the best I have seen on the original Xbox. You have plenty of gadgets to play with, but I rarely found a reason to use them. It is nice to have so many, but it would have been better if they played into the game a bit more. In total, you have around 10 gadgets and 2 guns that you will start each level with regularly, and some extra things that you can pick up through the level, such as flares. The game has its problems, like every game, and they can be frustrating at times. However, the pros outweigh the cons. It is the first in its series, and there were bound to be issues. The game plays very well, and if you are a fan of the stealth genre, then you should pick it up, especially when you can get it for under $5. Definitely worth a purchase. I have the sequels in my library, and I can't wait to get to them. Thank you for watching. Tune in next time for when we take a look at Star Wars Republic Commando.